Hi, it's Grace from EchoView, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a basic knit stitch to make a giant garter stitch scarf. We are knitting this out of some giant merino, it's called rug yarn, but it's way too soft to go in rugs, so instead we decided to make a scarf out of it. This yarn is huge, it's awesome, and that's why we wanted to show you how to do the basic knit stitch with it, because you can really see a lot of detail. I'm using size 50 circular needles. You don't have to use circular for this project, obviously, but I enjoy using circular needles because then I never lose the second one. So Allison's going to come around and we're going to show you how to do the basic stitch. I am going to join another color of yarn because I think it'll be easier to see and kind of run out of blue. So this is a yellow, and I'm going to hold it kind of dangling down here along with the blue in case you ever need to join yarn on the edge of a pattern. You can do that. So first, I insert the needle in the underside of my stitch, and I create an X shape with the two needles. Holding on to the yarn down here so it doesn't run away, I bring it between the two giant needles, and as I come back to the front underneath the blue stitch, I bring the yellow stitch with me, and then I slide it off. And then in order to keep that tight, I just tighten up my blue yarn down there. Again, I come underneath this stitch here, like that. I wrap the yellow yarn going clockwise around the second needle, and I pass it up to the front, and then I slide the blue stitch off. Scooch my stitches up. I keep the yarn behind the work with my right hand, and I pass this right hand needle into the left hand stitch, going underneath, almost like between its legs, going out to the back, and then I wrap the yarn counterclockwise to create the new stitch. I bring it to the front, and I pass the old stitch off. See, this yarn goes really quick because it's so big. Okay, so that was my first new row. And you can see that what happened is that my last row of blue stitches is now down here. Those are the old stitches, and the new ones sit on needle. Now all I have to do to knit the next row is to bring my needle around so that it becomes my right hand needle. I get my stitches ready. I move underneath the stitch to the back, wrap counterclockwise around the right hand needle, loop under, and definitely remember to pull your old stitch off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and tighten up. The most common problem that you see with new knitters, and an incredibly frustrating mystery is that when they start knitting, sometimes their project will get wider on one side and they can't understand why. And the reason is because they take the yarn at the beginning of this row and they pull it to the back, and all of a sudden it looks like they have 2 stitches. And then they knit them both, and so they're increasing stitches on the outside every row. So remember when you start your new row to make sure that your old stitch is sitting down there and that your new stitch is just, all by itself. You're not wrapping the yarn to the back, you're just keeping it nice and tight like that. And that way you start with 6 stitches and you want to end with 6 stitches. Okay, that's it. Knitting made easy with giant yarn. Oops. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good time knitting. Bye.